Hello dear students, welcome to our next module of tenses. In the first module we discuss what are tenses and the present tense. Now we are going to discuss rest of the two kind of tenses, past tense and future tense. Before moving forward, it would be better to do a quick revision what we discussed in the first module. So let's start. Tenses are the verb forms that are used to show the time of an action or the state of an event. There are three tenses: present tense, past tense and future tense. All the three tenses are having their own four kinds. They are simple, or you can say indefinite, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. In this way, we are having 12 possible verb tenses. First of all, verb tenses divided into three parts: present, past and future. Afterwards, all the three parts are having their own four kinds, and in this way we are having 12 kinds of tenses. Now, today we are going to discuss past tense and future tense. Let's start with past tense. Past tense, as I told you, is also divided into four kinds: simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense and past perfect continuous tense. Let's start with simple past tense. Simple past tense refers to an action that was completed before the moment of speaking. So, in this way, we can say the simple past tense is used to talk about a habitual action in the past. The structure of simple past tense is subject plus past form of the verb, that means second form of the verb, and afterwards object. At the time of making negative, as I told you in the previous module, that we have to use helping verb plus not, and at the time of making interrogative we use helping verb before the subject. As I told you in the simple present tense, the same condition is in simple past, that in the affirmative sentences we cannot use any of the helping verb, or you can say in the other words that in the simple past we are not having any of the helping verb during affirmative. Only in the interrogative and negative we use helping verb, and the helping verb for the simple past is did. Did is used with the singular subjects as well as plural subjects. Pay attention that at the time of making affirmative we use verb second form, past form of the verb. But whenever we have to use helping verb, and when we use helping verb in interrogative and negative. So, whenever we have to use did, automatically the second form of the verb change into the first form. Let's move towards the examples. As you can see here in the affirmative sentences, as I told you, we cannot use helping verb. Here you are having the sentence I played. I subject. Played is the past form of the verb play, or you can say second form of the verb. But at the time of making negative and interrogative we use did, and along with did we are not using second form of the verb, we are using only first form of the verb. Now come to our second kind of past tense, that is past continuous tense. Past continuous tense describes an action that started in the past and was going on for a duration at that time, or you can say was continuously going on at that time in the past. Now move towards the structure of past continuous tense. In past continuous tense, helping verb was and were are used. Was is used with singular subjects and were is used with plural subjects. So now about the structure. Structure is subject plus helping verb was or verb plus verb ing form of the verb plus object. And at the time of making negative, same thing, we have to use helping verb plus not, and in interrogative we have to use helping verb before the subject. Let's move towards the example to understand it more clearly. As you can see here, we are having as affirmative sentence boys were playing. So boys, our subject. Afterwards we are using here were as the helping verb of past continuous. Why we are using here were? Because our subject is plural. Now as a verb form we are using here playing, that is ing form of the verb. In this way we are having the affirmative sentence of past continuous is boys were playing. Now move towards the next kind, past perfect tense. Past perfect tense refers to an action completed perfectly in the past before another action was begin. Now let's discuss structure of past perfect tense. As you can see here, first of all we have to use subject, afterwards helping verb. Helping verb of past perfect tense is had. Had is used for singular as well as plural subjects. Afterwards we have to use third form of the verb, and then at last we have to use here object. Interrogative we have to use helping verb before the subject, and in negative we have to use helping verb plus not to give the impression of negative sense. Now come to the example. As you can see here, affirmative sentence Shalla had played. So we are using here Shalla as the subject, afterwards helping verb had, and then afterwards third form of the verb played. In the negative we use had not, and at the time of forming interrogative we use had before Shalla. Now it's time to move towards the fourth kind of past tense, that is past perfect continuous tense. The past perfect continuous tense is used for an action that began before a certain point in the past and continued up to that point. Let's move towards the structure of past perfect continuous tense. Students, as I explained you in module 1 during explaining the present perfect continuous tense, that perfect continuous tense is the mixture of the two kinds, perfect and continuous. The same thing is here. We can get the qualities of perfect and continuous of past to make this kind. As you can see here in the structure, we have to use subject, afterwards had, then we have to use been, and afterwards verbs ing form, afterwards object, and at last we have to use since or for plus time. As I told you previously, since is used for the definite time and for is used for the indefinite time. If you are having any of the confusion related since or for, you can go through the previous module. Let's discuss the examples of past perfect continuous tense. In affirmative sentence, as you can see here, we use Ria as the subject, afterwards helping verb had been, and verb form ing, it's playing. So we are having the sentence Ria had been playing. Now let's move towards the third kind of tenses, that is future tense. My dear students, as I told you previously, Future tense is also having its four kinds: future indefinite, or you can say simple future, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense. Let's start with simple future tense or future indefinite tense. Simple future tense describes an action that will take place in the future. Or you can say, in the simple future tense, we talk about the future in the general way. Let's discuss the structure of future simple tense. First of all, we have to use subject, then we have to use helping verb, shall or will. Afterwards, verb's first form, or you can say the base form, then the object. Now it's clear to you that for the negative we have to use helping verb plus not, and for the interrogative before the subject we have to use helping verb shall or will. My dear students, we use will with all persons. Mainly with the first person we use shall, though this is usually in more formal language. In this way, I want to tell you that will is mainly used in modern English. One more thing I want to tell you, my dear students, that simple future has two different forms, will and be going to. It means at the place of will, we can also use be going to. It gives the same meaning as will gives. Now come to the examples. As you can see here in the affirmative sentence, example is given: Ravi will play. Subject plus will plus base form of the verb, or you can say first form of the verb play. So our sentence is Ravi will play. Suppose we have to use going to form. So our sentence would be Ravi is going to play. And this will give the same meaning as the previous sentence. Now move towards the second kind of future tense, future continuous tense. Future continuous tense describes the action that will be done in future and will happen continuously. Come to the structure of future continuous tense. In affirmative sentence, we have to use first of all subject, and afterwards helping verb shall be or will be. Then verb's first form plus ing, and then object. Same is interrogative and negative. We have to use helping verb will be or shall be, plus we use not to show negative sentence, and we use helping verb before the subject to give the impression of interrogative one. As you can see here in the example, affirmative sentence I will be playing. At the time of making negative, I will not be playing, and in interrogative we use helping verb before the subject and the sentence is shall I be playing. Now the next kind, future perfect tense. Future perfect tense describes an action that will be completed perfectly by a specific time in the future. Let's move towards the structure of future perfect tense. In affirmative sentence, we have to form the sentence first of all by using subject, afterwards will or shall, plus have, plus third form of the verb. My dear students, I informed you before that in perfect we use third form of the verb, and at last we have to use object. Now come to the examples. In affirmative sentence we are having the example she will have played. So as you can see here, she is our subject, will have is the helping verb of future perfect and third form of the verb. Now the sentence is she will have played. Now move towards the last kind of tenses, future perfect continuous tense. In the future perfect continuous tense, the action is described that will happen in future and will continue up to a certain point of time. If we discuss about the future perfect continuous tense structure, we have to use subject plus will or shall have, that is the helping verb, plus been plus verb's ing form, afterwards object, and at last we have to use since or for plus time. I repeat it again that since is used for definite time and for is used for the indefinite time. Now come to the example. As the affirmative sentence is given here, Raj will have been playing. So Raj is our subject, will have been is the helping verb of future perfect continuous tense, and afterwards we use ing form of the verb. At last, have a quick revision of all the 12 kind of tenses. We are having 3 kind of tenses: present, past and future. In simple present tense, we use first form of the verb plus s or es. In the continuous tense, we use is, am, are and verb's first form plus ing. In the present perfect, we use has or have and third form of the verb. When we talk about the present perfect continuous tense, we use has been or have been plus first form of the verb plus ing. Now come to the past tense. In the past tense, we use second form of the verb. Afterwards, past continuous, we use was or were as a helping verb and first form of the verb plus ing. Now come to the past perfect tense. We use had plus third form of the verb. In the past perfect continuous tense, had been is the helping verb and used with first form of the verb plus ing. Come to the future tense. Future indefinite or simple future. We use will or shall plus first form of the verb. In the future continuous, we use will be plus first form of the verb plus ing. In the future perfect tense, we use helping verb will have plus third form of the verb. And in future perfect continuous tense, we use will have been plus first form of the verb plus ing. Now in this way, our chapter ends here. Thank you and have a nice day.